our arrival on Earth. Your democracy has become an illusion. Global mind control tactics must be stopped. We must unite as one to save your planet. Those who rise against us will be destroyed. Those who have achieved an elevated existence, raise your fists.
Rushed out the door, Mama didn't want you anymore. A thumbless rose in her side, a burn despite being bonded by bloodlines. It wasn't the right time. She said, no more freeload. This is the end of the freak show. Half shaved and hard broke, half slewed, half snapped. The rat trap, snapping back. Hand bone, hand me down, bologna sandwich, slowly clown, smoke, laugh, choke, crabs, horn, blood, kiss, grabs, kiss, miss, heart, hand, tried to take a stand down, drop, sails low, the joys and woes, the curtain slowly close. Circles round, slaughter raging, death, ice fall, hot house burned down, foes upon foes, west to east we go.
Don't worry, it's mugwort and catnip. Fuck you to the tobacco industry, but also a fuck you to the truth. Because if nature isn't legal, then there is no freedom.
Yeah, I'm ready. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, oh, there's so much that I can't see. I felt it from the first embrace I shared with you.
That now our dreams, they finally come true. City of stars, just one thing everybody wants. There in the bars and through the smokescreen of the crowded restaurant. It's love, yes, all we're looking for is love from someone else.
A rush,
A glance,
a touch,
a dance,
a look in somebody's eyes to light up the skies, to open the world and send it reeling. A voice that says I'll be here and you'll be alright. I don't care if I know just where I will go, 'cause all that I need is this crazy feeling, a rat-tat-tat on my heart. I think I want it to stay. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars,
You never shine so brightly.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can see. Who knows? This is the start of something wonderful and new, or one more dream that I cannot make true.
Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about the word can't and the world of positive and negative. Now, if you remember, for my New Year's resolutions, I said this. The fourth thing is just to be more me and try to not fall into that set of YouTubers that post a lot of positive stuff. Like, I get that they want to bring positivity into the world, but I think it just sets a very biased way of showing people your life, and sometimes life is negative. And since then, there has been an uptick, or I don't know if it's the same for you as it has been for me, but there's been an uptick in how many YouTubers are talking about this conversation. And I think that it's the greatest thing ever, because to me it just adds so much more depth to YouTube and what creators do. And I'm glad that people are talking about forced positivity and being positive just to make money off people, because that's kind of gross, actually. But before I get into that, I want to talk about the word can't, because I think that is part of the problem, that especially for the witch side of YouTube, the spiritual side of YouTube, seems to have a lot to deal with. Oops, went out. Alright, so the word can't. I want you to close your eyes, and I just want you to think about it. The word can't. Now, actually say the word can't. Say it with me. Can't. Doesn't it have this ringing tone to it? It's like the verbal appearance of a wall, is what I would call it, because I can sit, especially because I've been wanting to do these telekinetic help videos for you guys, but I've been out of practice, so I've been trying to practice, or go back to practicing, and I've noticed that the word can't, I'll, I'll say it, and with my eyes closed, even if I didn't have my eyes closed, it's like this dam of, it's like a dam, so like, you have this flooding rush of emotions, or the access to that kind of ability, and the word can't is just this dam that's been built over your whole life, because society has told you since, I don't know, since whenever you were told that things like magic or creatures or mythical beasts or psychic abilities didn't exist, that's when that dam started to get built. So I think that it fringes upon how people live positive, or positively, yeah, how people live positively. I don't know where I was going with this. Okay, so talk about positive. So I think this fringes upon how people decide to live positively, because there was this post I commented on last night, so bear with me. But it was talking about taxes and Obamacare and all that stuff, and I do overthink, and I know I do overthink, but since I've come to this realization that if I'm going to overthink, then I'm going to do it for a good reason, and I'm gonna I'm gonna do it for good reason, and I was kind of like, I thought about it, I was like, taxes, and the first thing that will ever pop into my head is the Boston Tea Party, and I do believe, if my history is right, that this happened because of tea taxes and citizens decided to be like, hey, no, stop that. And it just made me think, because everybody talks about free healthcare. Now, to me, if it's free healthcare, then why do you have to pay taxes on whether you live or you die? Why? If it is your God-driven want to help people, if you want to help people live another day because of you, then it shouldn't matter whether you get paid or not. And, hold on, let me read you this. Because when I'm in the moment, which I'm going to get to because I'm definitely in all the moods, and it's that moment before my inner black hole decides to it all back up. So we're going to try to do this as painlessly as possible. Okay, so this is what I said. This is the thing about free healthcare. I just think about, if it's free healthcare, then why do we have to pay taxes for it? If it is your God-honest passion to save people, then it shouldn't matter whether you get paid or not. It should mean more to you that someone can live another day because of you. It is literally gut-wrenchingly sick that you have to pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on chemical capsules doctors tell you that you need. Drug companies are literally making money off the backs of the sick, and our tax dollars go to pay for their research studies that probably do some harm, if not to spend having sick human hosts to con out of money. And we pay taxes for that? Man, our forefathers destroyed a ship because tax on tea was out of hand. And I don't know about you, but I've been reading this book, Back to Eden, and it details all these herbal remedies, including cannabis being an aid in destroying cancer, along with many other plants, but we are still funding research in chemotherapy. Did you know chemotherapy is glorified mustard gas that came from World War I? I don't know about you, but the Hunger Games hit me harder than it probably did most people. We have hungry and homeless out on the streets and enough houses to house them, and if supermarkets actually gave out food instead of having to pay for it, bruh, I overthink, and I know I do, and I've decided that if I'm going to, then I might as well take my broken heart and make it into art. Everyone talks about a truly free world, but people say that people aren't ready for it, or it's not possible. Well, I've also heard, if not now, then when? And how do you know unless you at least try? Hashtag the Boston Tea Party. And as you can see, I was very emotional, and some people would label that as negative, but it was actually trying to put some positivity out to that world. Like, back to the word can't. If you say you can't, then I think you limit yourself in a very negative way. You stop believing that you can, and it's hard to believe that there could actually be a free world, or that you could most likely do things as clairvoyancy or telekinetics if you just practice. But if you keep using the word can't, then you stop yourself from all of that potential. Now, with the YouTubers talking about forced positivity and negativity, I think it is a good thing, especially with this girl that has taken her life and did it while streaming on a social media platform. I think that YouTubers in general have a responsibility to really be non-biased about their life, especially if they're going to post so much positivity. Like, there are some people that are genuinely positive, and I saw that this week when Mamrie Hart, Grace Helbig, and Hannah Hart did videos on their channel, and they're just so funny. And I like how Jason Ferrone totally bashed YouTube about the algorithm stuff, and it was a very positively negative way of doing things. And then Joey Graceffa actually did a video this week that was, he lets you into a more depthness? No, that's not even a word, but he opened up to you guys, and I think that is a great thing, because I think if this girl had opened up sooner, I think she may or may not have been here. But I like what you two, or like, I hope that this just doesn't die off, because where was I going with this? I don't know. I hope this doesn't die off, because this has added a depthness to YouTube creators, and I think out of everything, I think people go to certain creators to either relate or know that they aren't alone. And I think that the witchy community needs to really, like, I love what you guys are doing now. And I'm not telling you how to run your channel or run your life, but I would like to see more openness about what witches do, and I don't know, be a little more inclusive to people who want to learn abilities, because I can see stuff on how to see auras, or how to see or read tarot cards, or that kind of stuff, and there's just not that much about psychokinetics, whether that be telekinesis, energy bending. I've seen maybe one video on how to make energy balls, but this is definitely not where I wanted this video to go, but my dance teacher, or when I started to really take dance seriously, we learned that we need both positive and negative space, and that we needed to use that space to create something, and here we are. And I think that if we are going to be really great creators, then I think we need to use both negative and positive space and make a dance out of it. Like, that's how I would, what's the word? That's how I would detail, some of the videos I've watched this week, is that They took the positive and the negative, and they made it into a dance. And I think humanity just needs to dance more. This video probably made no sense, but if you enjoyed this video, then hit the like button or hit the dislike button. Let me know what you think. If you have suggestions for any other videos, then leave it down in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Alright. Bye, guys.